We're now about an hour outside of Tbilisi in, as you can see, a very rural area. Now, around 40% of Georgians actually live in rural communities. This is an area where the European Union is particularly interested in investing. There's a 10-year project currently underway with a €180 million budget. This is a small plantation growing herbs for herbal teas. It's had some European support. We're going to go and meet the lady who makes those teas. And here is Natalia Patschaladze of Kona Tea. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Catherine.
I can see you're drying herbs. Which ones today?
The pomegranate flower comes from the neighboring village. This is calendula from our garden, cornflower, melissa.
And I know you had European support. What kind of help?
My budget was €7,000, and this was enough to make works in this enterprise and a drip irrigation system out there in the garden.
There's a new European free trade agreement with Georgia as well. Has that benefited you?
Oh, yes, definitely. Within 5 years, I hope to be in France, in Germany, in Europe, on the European market.
Okay, maybe we'll go and taste some of your tea.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna do for you the love tea.
Oh, thank you.
Which is a mix of black tea, rose petals, rhododendron flower, which is the endemic flower of the Greater Caucasus, a bit of peppers and cocoa nibs, and it's gonna make the gourmet mix. And then goes to this muslin cotton bag with this rose instead of the tag.
Oh, that's very beautiful. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to taste the tea and find out more about the wider project supporting agriculture in Georgia. I'm in very good company with Christina Kazela from the delegation of the European Union to Georgia. Hello, thanks for being with us.
Hello.
First question, why should it be the European Union that gives money to Georgian farmers rather than perhaps a bank loan?
Well, that's a really good question because we have to say, first of all, that the Georgian farmers are usually very small farmers. They don't have that much access to resources, and they have a very, very hard time trying to access a loan from the bank. The banks are very reluctant to give out these bank loans. So it is true that they often turn themselves either to programs from the government or to outside assistance. And for us, the development of agriculture is seen as really a priority in Georgia because it is one of the key drivers of economic development in the country, and also can very much contribute to the diminishing of the poverty in the country.
And it's not just about money, is it?
No, not at all. Through these information and consultation services, I think that we have touched about 250,000 people.
Now, it is a lot of money that the European Union's putting in over 10 years. Are there concerns about where the money's going? There are known issues with corruption in Georgia.
Well, you know, European projects are very much monitored very closely. And for example, for this component that we were talking about with the cooperatives, we rely on some very trusted NGOs to implement these on the ground. And then these NGOs report back to us, and they have to report back on every cent that was spent. So we are not too worried about that with regards to these projects.
Talking about cooperatives, that's a concept that has some difficult connotations in Georgia, I understand.
Indeed, yes. During Soviet times, there was forced collective farming, which of course left a lot of negative memories in the minds of people. It was not at all what a modern and free cooperative should be. But unfortunately, the idea of working with others and cooperatively was really seen negatively. And when we came in with the idea of a modern cooperative, a European-style cooperative, we had a lot of work to do to try and break this prejudice and to try and get people to see that this is really not the same type of cooperative, and that through cooperation there are very tangible benefits for the farmers, first of all in terms of their access to markets and to raising their incomes.
The programme you work for, it's got a duration of 10 years. That finishes in 2022. What are you hoping for the future?
First and foremost, I think I would be very happy to see a decrease in the rural poverty. I would like to see more revitalized rural areas where the standards of living are higher and where people are able to make a living through agriculture or other means.
Well, thank you very much, Christina. Let's perhaps taste our tea. I think it's ready now. And while we drink our tea, you can watch this report from Morocco, another one of the European Union's neighbourhood countries, also benefiting from help with its agricultural development. This report from